Mr. Shutty, how are we going to pay for the bill?
It's a great question. That's one of the questions that I've heard at pretty much every table tonight. So we have a couple of issues with the welfare system, okay? One of the issues was years ago.
6 minutes begins now. 6 minutes starts now.
6 minutes doesn't seem long enough. One of the issues that we have is when the sewer was built and planned for and agreed to several years ago, it was built and planned for to have about 7 or 8% growth in that part of Mason County.
Every year? Or just...
Yeah, I mean, that was sustained growth like that. And so but what we've seen is we've had more like 1 or 2% growth up there. And so that's just not going to cut it. One of the issues that we have is a couple of weeks ago, the commission agreed to a $1.5 million grant application with the Department of Ecology to move forward with Plan 2. Okay, so that sort of sets the scene for what we're going to be dealing with here in next year when there's a new commission. That's a decision that as a commissioner all have inherited. And so what it comes down to is who's going to be able to best untangle the knot of issues that we got ourselves into. One of the things that I heard at another table was, we have all these grants that we had agreed to initially that mandates that we continue to grow the welfare sewer. I'm a both-and thinker when it comes to looking at how we solve policy issues like this. So I would maybe prefer to see us go back to the Department of Ecology and say, can we extend that out a little bit? Do we need to do it in this grant cycle? How can we manage this debt better? So I'll be really interested in working with our state legislators on going to the Department of Ecology, bringing everybody back and saying, how can we untangle this knot that we got under? Because we're under a mountain of debt with that, and it really makes doing other things in the county difficult. So when we look at debt services on that, I think it's like nearly $800,000 a year. In a county like ours, and any county, frankly, that isn't probably King County, that's a huge chunk of money. And so paying for it, we need to look at growth, because we need to get up closer to that 8% if we're going to make it solvent. Short term, though, we need to look at the septage that's at Webb Hill, diverting some of that to the welfare sewer so that it can get that effluent flow up, so that we can, so that we don't have the engineering issues that we have. I do. I think that's what the people are going to expect. We're at that point. One of the things that I said in a debate last week was when you listen to everybody talk about the sewer, okay, I don't care if you're on the commission or you're against it for it or you're in the community and you're stuck having it. Everybody is dealing with this from the point of desperation. We have our back so against the wall on this debt issue. And so, yeah, people are going to expect me to work on solving it immediately. And frankly, that's what they deserve. It's been too long.
Do you think there's any additional grants out there that might relieve the pressure?
Well, I think there's always that possibility. I mean, I don't know. Maybe there's some federal money or whatever that we could look into as well. But we really got to make sure that it's financially viable one way or another, that we can continue to pay for it, because we can't.
There was a study done, and they said it was to run up the hill past to Port of Riverton area. It was a lot cheaper to hook it up to the industrial area up there than to hook it up and saddle it on the back of the home. And where the soils were better to do that than to run it down for a welfare highway. And that was a study done I think a couple of years ago.
Okay. Yeah, it's not something that I've read or seen. I'd be interested in looking at it. But as it is now, we're moving forward with at least the grant process, planning phase of phase 2 of welfare. So,
what do you think about the parks?
great question. That's the big topic tonight. So first off, I'm happy to see that it's on the ballot. I think when it comes to raising our taxes, it's good to have the voters weigh in on that because it's their taxes that are going up. I prefer that over the commissioners unilaterally raising taxes without allowing people to weigh in on it. So that's first and foremost. But I do have some concerns, and that is mainly because I haven't heard enough from the people running for Parks Commission. Now, tomorrow night they're hosting their own forum in Union at Alderbrook. I hope to be able to make it to that and hear directly from the folks that are running for those positions. One of the things that we have to do at the county, if this passes, is we have to determine how we're going to hand the parks over, how we're going to handle the labor issues that go along with people that are working in the parks. We're creating, by vote, we would be creating a new government entity that would and that takes a lot of thought. You need to put a lot of thought into how you manage and set up your government. And so those are the conversations that we're going to have. And so before I really make a decision, I need to hear a lot more from people that want to run that and manage that 1.3 million dollars.
Did they set that up modeled on King County or some big
Yeah, you know what?
area?
I don't know who they modeled it
Because
after.
King County just rejected it.
Yeah. Well, it's always difficult, I think, to ask people to raise their property taxes. You see, sometimes it takes 3, 4, 5 times to pass a school levy and a bond. That's for schools. It's difficult to pass public safety levies. It's difficult to do these things when people sit down and they really pencil out what this means, for their own budget. And so I think as a taxpayer, as a property taxpayer myself, I'm curious to hear from the people that are running.
Any other questions?
30 seconds.
Oh,
30 seconds.
What's your passion? What's the thing that really motivates you?
That's a good question. That's one I haven't gotten yet. What was really that spurred me on to run for this was knowing how much my wife and I love Mason County. We love living here. We want to raise our family here. We both work on community issues, and we see how much potential Mason County has. And I wanted to use my experience of state government and local government as a planning commission as volunteer. I wanted to use that experience to help move Mason County forward. I like to see good government. I like to see people have a government that's responsive to them. And so that was really that's what pushed me to run for this. That's what I hope to bring to the commission.
yeah.